Let's start with this. This is a message from Turki Alalshikh. From this point on, I do not want to see any more Tom and Jerry type boxing matches when one fighter is running around the ring and the other is chasing him. We can no longer support this kind of fights with Riyadh season in the ring. We want to support fighters who leave it all in the ring and fight with heart and pride. Now, in social media, you know how it goes. They took it to heart. You know, some people said, well, he can't tell fighters how to fight. And Steve Kim hit the nail right on the head. He said, keep this in mind. Turki isn't saying style of boxing is getting banned or should be. He just prefers a certain style of fighting. Then he goes on to say, well, isn't that his right as a guy doling out the checks? That's the key what people are missing. Turki Alalshikh is not telling these guys not to fight the style they fight. He's just saying he prefers a certain style. And the style that some of these guys fight don't belong on Riyadh season or the ring. And he can decide that he wants to because he's the one paying. And to be honest, if you're a casual fan, you do not want to see that. They want to see two fighters engaging. And in Turki Alalshikh's words, I don't want to pay a guy $25 million if he's not engaging. And the other side of the token is Turki Alalshikh's fault. Why is his fault? Because he's paying these guys this amount of money. And he's also promising some of these guys a bigger fight if they win. What Turki should have done is give these guys football contracts. What I mean by football contract, you got a certain amount that's guaranteed, and then you put incentives in there. Okay, if he gets one knockdown, that's $2 million. If he gets a knockout, that's $5 million. Something like that, okay? Like, for example, Teofimo was making $2 million a fight with Top Rank, right? So I would double that. And then if he gets a knockdown in a fight, I give him another $2 million. And then if he gets a knockout, I give him another $5 million. I would lace the contract with incentives like that so these guys wouldn't just run around the ring just to get the win and an easily $20 million. So he is partially to blame for what's going on. And I got a question for boxing fans that complain about guys running. Whatever happened to cutting off the ring? Boxers in the 80s and 90s were more fundamental. They know how to cut off the ring and throw body shots, and that would stop the running in 3 or 4 rounds. So we can look at this at a lot of different angles. But the main angle is this. Turki doesn't have to pay for anything that he doesn't want. And one thing I won't do is put people down because they don't like that style of boxing. I'm not going to say, well, you just don't know boxing because they don't like to see peer boxers fight. That is their prerogative. Some people like it, some people don't. Canelo versus Crawford lands on Netflix. Venue in Las Vegas still up in the air. And I know Turki Alalshikh is looking for exciting, young, hungry fighters to put on his card. And he was asking, what fight would we like to see on a card? My personal choice, what I would like to see on this card, is Abdullah Mason, who's 19-0 with 17 knockouts, against Sam Noakes, who's 17-0 with 15 knockouts. They are number 1 and number 2 in the WBO. Now listen to this fool, Ray Jackson. The biggest fight ever, and is not on pay-per-view. No back-end money. Tank would never go for this. Al Heyman got these fools trained. The purses Turki Alalshikh is paying these guys, they don't need the back-end money. The press conference to promote this fight will be June 22nd. And let's hear what Canelo has to say about this fight. I don't own the rights to this content. It's for educational purposes only. Canelo, take it away.
Because we are true fighters.
We are two fighters.
True fighters.
True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk chat about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fucking fight. Yeah.
He hit the nail right on the head. These guys don't need to talk smack because they're both great fighters. Win or lose, I think these guys will leave it all in the ring September 13th. The running rule does not apply to these two greats. And I expect a great fight out of these two. And it looks like Canelo is up for this fight. Like I said, we'll see a different Canelo in this fight than we saw against William School. But anyway, name a fight that you would like to see on the undercard of Canelo Crawford. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Beezy, I'm gone.